A rich sports writer cheered on the riots and the violence, and you may have seen this at the end of my main channel segment over at timcast.net. Check it out if you haven't. It went up at 4, and I'm convinced it will be suppressed for a lot of reasons. But timcast.net is my main channel if you haven't seen it. Well, at the end of the video, I pointed out this guy. His name is Chris Palmer. He cheered for it until it came to his neighborhood, and then he got really mad. Isn't that funny? These celebrities, this is, the catharsis. These celebrities have been paying the bail for the rioters. The rioters don't like you. And the funny thing is, these rich white people claim they're supporting Black Lives Matter, fund the rioters, who then go to poor areas and destroy things. Well, now they came to your area. And I think it's kind of funny, actually. I don't like any of it. But what I think is funny is that it's like this dude tweeted in support. To see the life comes at you fast moment is wow. Let's read the story. And I got more tweets from the guy. And then we'll talk about the hypocrisy of a lot of these groups. From the District Herald, a rich NBA writer was gleefully cheering as Minneapolis rioters burned down poor neighborhoods, but quickly changed his tune when they got to his area. Life comes at you fast. Chris Martin Palmer, a well-known sports writer, was tweeting things like, burn that S down, burn it all down, when the rioters burned down an affordable housing project that was under construction. You see what he cheers for? Just days later, the riots began to creep closer to his home in a Los Angeles gated community, at which time the rioters became animals. Here's the tweets. He said, burn that S down, burn it all down. And then later, only a few days, they just attacked our sister community down the street. It's a gated community and they tried to climb the gates. They had to beat them back, then destroyed a Starbucks and are now in front of my building. Get these animals TF out of my neighborhood. Go back to where you live. Aw, but it was okay when the animals were marching around burning down low-income housing. I think it's funny when they chant "Eat the Rich." They were in Beverly Hills looting and rioting, chanting "Eat the Rich," and it's like that's not where the rich people are. But like, sure, whatever. It's still kind of funny to see these people support it, fund it. Some of these celebrities are giving money to the rioters to bail them out. And then you get, what do you think's going to happen, dude? We got some more tweets from him. He said, let me see if I can make this image bigger. Okay, we got the quotes here. He said, tear up your own S. Don't come to where we live at and tear our neighborhood up. We care about our community. If you don't care about yours, I don't give an S, he added. As he got called out on Twitter, he pretended that he only supported peaceful protesters all along and wasn't cheering for the arson. Aw, poor baby. Make no mistake about it. Those who were looting were not protesters. They were criminals who just blended in. Hell-bent on stealing and property destruction. When the legit protesters left midday, everything went off the rails, he wrote. Talk about taking someone by the back of the net, taking the biggest red pill you can find, and just jamming it right down his throat. This dude thought it was all fun and games. Oh, it's so hilarious. Orange man, bad. Watching the protesters and the rioters destroy everything was fun and funny. Burn it down, he said. It was a virtue signal. He didn't actually know or care. It was something to be viewed from afar, not real life. And that's what this is to these people. That's why I've said over and over again, this is not a game. You will not want to see what comes next because I've seen it with my own eyes. I have seen people carry dead bodies away in Egypt after people were shooting at each other. You do not want to see what comes next. The funny thing is these people who live in these rich areas, they don't get it. They're laughing about it. But before we get started, I've got to give a quick shout out to today's sponsor, BioTrust. Head over to healthwithtim.com or click the link in the description below, and you can get 51% off BioTrust's ageless multi-collagen supplement. That's right. I am officially now selling supplements, but to be fair, I am a 34-year-old skateboarder. I only like promoting things I actually use, and I actually take BioTrust. It's pretty great. The cat apparently likes it. There's cat bite marks all over it for some reason, but I do. I skate every day. I mix it in my smoothies because I need it for my knees, my joints, my muscles, my tendons. So I'm trying to do the best I can to stay healthy. But collagen is good for a lot of other things too. It's good for your skin. It's good for your hair, which admittedly don't have a lot of, but I do have this excellent beard. But more importantly, it's good for strong, healthy muscles, tendons, ligaments, and bones. And that's really, really important to me. If it's something you think is great for you, click the link in the description below. Check out healthwithtim.com and you can get it for 51% off. But let's get back to the story. Here's what he says, or the story goes on. When someone tweeted at him saying, you can't be with the chaos 1 minute, then when it's at your front door, you switch it up. To which the hypocrite said, you better damn well believe I can. He was ratioed, of course. Hilariously, Palmer also attended the riots and bragged about being tear gassed in someone else's neighborhood, of course. How many people are like this? A lot. These celebrities dumping money on this stuff, they love to see it. It's a virtue signal they know nothing about. They go on their Instagrams and they say, white people, you need to stand up and do something, until those white people show up in your neighborhood with a torch. And then you're all like, oh no, what's happening? I have been trying to tell people to stop. I have been telling people no good comes from this. They've argued, but the riots led to the arrest of the cop, and now we want more. It'll never be enough. That's why it has to stop. It'll never be enough. You know why? At first, they said the man wasn't arrested. Then he got arrested. Now the cop's in jail, facing third-degree murder charges, manslaughter. And then they said, well, what about the other cops? We want all them arrested, too. Oh, all right. Well, let's take a look at what happened and see if there's a manslaughter charge or something. Oh, now they want the charges upgraded on the first guy to first-degree murder. Well, hold on. First-degree murder means specific things in the law. What do you want? They don't care. They don't. Look, man, they have beaten and killed people who did nothing. There was a guy who was holding an American flag, got beaten and stomped on in Portland. What do you think they would do to that cop? No matter what you do, there will never be enough. I got to be careful about this, but I'm pretty sure someone in the family has called for the death penalty for the officers involved. You understand how hard it is to get the death penalty? And to me, that just shows nobody really cares. It's a tit for tat. No one wants justice. They want righteous retribution. They want to see you suffer. They want to look in your eyes while you beg and cry, and they want to make you feel it. Hey, man, I can understand that feeling. I can. I can understand the things that would drive a person. Your brother being killed, your son, your family member. Yeah, people would go to great lengths and do crazy things. But we got to have some kind of functioning system. And that's why we have the justice system we do. There are limits, there are laws, and we work slowly with each other to make sure we're doing better. And we've done better and better and better. This guy, man, one of the worst of the worst. Look at this. He's posting. He's having a good old time. He said, yo, there's going to be a rally near my house tomorrow. They never have rallies in rich neighborhoods. I'm scared to go. I don't want to be around people. Here's one. The people who don't care about their communities are people like this elderly disabled woman who now has nowhere to shop. She tearfully told a reporter that George is in a better place than we are and said that she wanted to go where George did as she watched the rioters destroy her neighborhood. Funny how Palmer believes the destruction is all fun and games until it threatens him, even though he can actually afford to lose, unlike the woman above. Check this tweet out. He said, I'm as down for the cause as anybody. Any of you clowns thinking you're going to loot the Grove or Rodeo Drive, it will not work out well for you. Aw, that's funny, man. This is the guy who posts burning low-income housing now saying, stay off my Rodeo Drive in Beverly Hills. Trying to loot Rodeo Drive is probably the worst idea in the history of bad ideas. I'm as angry as everyone else, but keep that S in DTLA. You want to know why he said keep it in downtown Los Angeles? That's where the poor people live. That's right. See, in Los Angeles, the rich people don't live downtown. It's not that big. They go out west. They go to, what do you got? You got Santa Monica. You got Venice. What's that rich suburb? I can't remember what it's called. There's oh man, it's on the tip of my tongue. But they got a bunch of them. They got a bunch of expensive places to live. And it's not downtown LA. Nah, he wants the poor people to go to the poor area and hurt the poor people. That's funny. That's funny to him, right? Look at these guys. You know what? This is when I can empathize with those screaming, eat the rich. I get it, man. But you guys are the ones hurting the poor. Like, here's what's funny. They're going to Rodeo chanting, eat the rich. And it's kind of funny because Rodeo isn't necessarily that rich. It's upper middle class, so, you know. And they go around trashing stuff. And I can get it because upper middle class is higher than the lower class, and the lower middle class. But I mean, you got the Hollywood Hills. You've got Santa Monica, Venice. They're not going there. And this guy loves it. He's down for the cause so long as you keep it where the poor people are at. He tweeted some more stuff. He says, you bring that S to our neighborhood and I'm going to have a real problem with it. There's a lot of people up here who care and are angry. Attacking our neighborhood kills the movement and disgraces George Floyd. Oh, I love it. But burning low-income housing is A-okay. That's good for the movement. What are you going to revolt against police brutality? What are you going to revolt against police brutality by? Stealing a $400 belt from YSL. What is this guy? Burning low-income housing is protesting police brutality, but looting a store with luxury goods isn't? I got to be honest, man. Looting a luxury store is more of a protest than burning low-income housing, and I disagree with both of them. He says, are Beverly Hills cops jerks? Some are. Sure, they'll write you a ticket for having loud exhaust on an exotic car. This is amazing. This guy's Twitter is just like, it is a gold mine of you know what this reminds me of? This dude would absolutely be one of the higher profile people in the capital city in the Hunger Games, sitting there being like, why are you going for my neighborhood? Attack the poor people. What do you say? Over cruising. Oh no, you'll get a ticket for an exotic car. That proves the cops are jerks. Gonna go to sleep. Last thought. I've been here for 13 years. I know what I'm talking about. Beverly Hills is not where the fight is. Think clearer. Be safe. Dude, you know what, man? Beverly Hills is not where the fight is. Okay. I think it's silly that these protesters go around trying to just eat the rich. What does that even mean? What does that even do? I think, you know, they look at Bezos and they think all these weird things and they think all these crazy things. That's just ideology. There are real problems with the police force, with the justice system, but we really do have one of the better justice systems in the world, and I think we can make it better. So I agree, like, why are you going to Beverly Hills? What I don't agree with, and never will, is destroying low-income housing. This guy's just a hypocrite. He's only mad because you're at his house. He loves it. He even says it. He loves it when you go and attack the poor people. Why? Because it's the Hunger Games, dude. Think about it. Here's the rich guy in Beverly Hills laughing because he wants to see the people go to the poor area and fight each other. Come on. How is that not the Hunger Games? It's exactly what it was. The rich people putting all the poor people to fight each other. This guy embodies it in the real world. I'm going to leave it there. I got one more segment coming up for you in a few minutes, and I'll see you all shortly.